Hello guys, today we start testing series Playwright automation testing with using JavaScript. So what we do here, we automate one website Ikiru and using JavaScript. So first we want see what is Playwright. Basically Playwright it is an open source automation library developed by Microsoft and reliable end-to-end testing and web application across multiple browsers using a single API. And it is support language like JavaScript, TypeScript, Python, and C Sharp like that. And in Playwright, we automate both website and as API testing. We also do, and then uh, next we see what is JavaScript. JavaScript is just basically a scripting language or programming language you can say. It is used to interactive dynamic content on the website or web application. Uh, and here what also we use JavaScript. Otherwise, we can use TypeScript also. Then, what is prerequisite to start this Playwright? So here the to start this Playwright, we have first we have to install Node.js. Then for code editor, we use VS Code, Visual Studio Code, and also we have basic knowledge of JavaScript. If you want to use TypeScript, then you also have to know TypeScript and basic web browser. That's all. Then Visual Studio Code. What is Visual Studio Code? It is basically a code editor and it is lightweighted free code editor developed by Microsoft. And again we see locator. Locator basically in Playwright we identify the web element in any website. We can find the web element interaction using some uh, type include CSS selector or XPath or text or ID or class like that. Then how to write the first project. So to start this first Playwright project, first we install Node.js and a Visual Code Studio and create the project folder and initial Playwright using npm init playwright latest. Now we see how to start. Before that, we have to install. We already installed in my system. I already installed Node.js and Visual Studio Code. So let's open the Visual Studio Code. This is my Visual Studio Code, and here what we do. First, we change the color. 1 minute. For change the theme, color theme. Then here you can see varieties of colors. So uh, we use the light. Yeah. Now what we do? First, we open the terminal. Here you can see the three dot. Click that three dot. Here click the terminal and click new terminal. Here terminal is open. And what we do? First we create one to create one Playwright project. We start first write npm. As we know, we can also check node version. Here we can see node already installed and version 20.10.0. Now what we do? We install the Playwright. First we initialize the Playwright. It automatically suggests whether you're installed or not. If you want to install, then you can install that. npm init Playwright latest. When I click the enter, you can it takes some time. Yeah. here it is showing need to install the Playwright package. So if you want to install, then click yes. It installed Playwright package. Then it is showing option whether you use do you want to use TypeScript or JavaScript. Here we start using JavaScript. So go to the second one, select that one, click enter, and here again it's showing where you put to end-to-end test. Here you write yes, you can type yes or test, and here add a GitHub action workflow. You can uh, if you want you can write yes, otherwise you can also give no. And install the Playwright browser can be done manually via npx playwright install. You can do like yes, then initializing it takes some time, and the Playwright here you can see the package.json is completed, then node module also completed, and it installing. It takes some time. Till that we can go to our PPT. Here this is the test case. Here what we do, we have to test these steps and automate this website. So go to the website. This is the website. We have to automate this. You can see this is an e-commerce website. One more thing, we discuss about the locator. Here you can see the various element. So if you want to want this locator of this search box, then you can how to get this locator. You can right click. You can right click here. You can see the inspect. Go to the inspect. Uh, Here you can one yeah. It takes some time to load. Here you can see one selector hub. Actually, this is the selector hub. I already installed in my Chrome. This extension you can search in Google and install in your Chrome. Yeah. First, what to do? You can see the arrow option. Click that arrow option. Then it is highlighted. Then click the if you see the it is highlighted also that particular element you want. Then click that particular element. Here you can see the XPath. In the selector hub, under a selector hub you can see the XPath. Here you can see the relative CSS selector or relative XPath and the index XPath, jQuery. These by ID, by name, this can you can see, and these are called the locator. If you see this one, then it is input and ID. This one is the ID. If you see this one element, see input works under the first. This is the div element. Inside the div element, one input box, and inside the input box you can see the ID is the same. And if you hover this input box, you will also see in left hand side the search bar is highlighted. So this is the XPath for this search box. Let's go to our VS Code. Let's see whether Playwright installation completed or not. It takes some time. It's downloading. Yeah. Yeah, after completing you can see happy crack hacking. So what we do here, first we clear this terminal. Yeah, here we can, in left hand side we can see there are you can see there one playwright.config.js. In this playwright config.js, here you can see this is the defined config, and it is export. And here what we see, here we can see few things. First, in the project we can see the configure project or major browser. Here it is showing the various browser. By default it's came with Chrome, Firefox and WebKit. If you run this one, then it is open in Chrome, Firefox and WebKit. And here you can see yeah, reporter, it is showing show in HTML report. In further class we can see this config file. And here if we expand the text, here you can see the example.spec.js. This is one dummy, we can say one dummy or one test cases. Here first it import the test and expect in from Playwright, and here we write the test cases, and here we pass the URL of this website, and here we have the operation or action, perform the action. First what we do, first we run this one. We check whether it is working or not, or it is testing or not. So for run we go to our terminal. Here what we do, we write npx uh, Playwright test, and we can click enter. This is the command npx playwright test, and we click enter. Then we can see running 6 test cases using 6 one. Then it's take, here you can see it is showing some error. Okay, let wait to complete this. Okay, yes, we run again. Let check once again. We do one thing. We first we check uh, check one simple. Yeah, we remove this thing. First we check whether it is opening this URL or not. First we check whether this URL is correct. You can see this is correct. So let's run this. we have to, before that we have to save this one. Okay, we have to run it again. npx playwright test. Yeah, you can see 3 are passed, and to see the report we can write npx playwright show report. So if we write this one, npx playwright show report and hit the enter, then we can see one report. You can see this is the report. Here you can see this is a hash title and it is passed. Here you can see this status is passed. Here one thing you can notice, hash title is showing in Chromium, hash title showing in Firefox, hash title showing in WebKit. So means these test cases is run in these three: Chrome, Firefox and Web, these three browser. So if you want to see this one, now what we see, when we run this playwright npx playwright test, then we can see only the test whether it is passed or failed. If you want to see whether in view, so first we clear this one. First we write the npx playwright test, then hyphen hyphen headed. So we click this, we can see it is running. You can see this one showing in opening in three different browser. You can see three different browser opening, and this playwright dev website is open. So what we do, we go to the playwright config. Here we use only the Chrome browser. So what we do, we comment these two, Firefox and WebKit or Safari. These two we can comment. Let's save this one. When we run, this UI headed, then we can see only Chrome is opening, Chrome browser open, and this a website is opening in Chrome. Here you can see the Chrome is opening. Now what we do, we create one test cases one. We click the test. Always what we do, we do the page inside the test. So we click the plus icon. What we do, we write the test cases one, test case one dot spec dot js. When we write any test cases and create one file, then we give always the extension like spec.js. Otherwise it won't work. It is simply a Java. Otherwise if we write only .js, then it is take only JavaScript file. So what we do here, you can delete this one also. This one not required, this example one. uh, we have only this test case one. So what we do, first we import. What we import, then test and expect from where we import playwright at the rate playwright test. Now what we do? We create one test here. What we do? We write the our test cases one. My first test case, then write page. Here we write page. What is page? Why we write page here? Uh, See, in different between the browser context and page. Browser is the top level instance like Chrome, Firefox, Edge, like that. And if the context is an isolated incognito session and page is represent a single tab within a context, means if we write the page, then it is represent the single tab inside the Chrome, particular Chrome. If you want to write 2 3 test cases, you can do like that. Test, then test case 2, then page, like that. Like that you can write, and inside this test you can write your test cases and action, perform the action. Now what we do? First we uh, open the URL. For opening URL, what to do? We write page dot go to, then what to do? Inside the double quotation we pass the URL. We for URL, where we got the URL, we go to the Chrome. Here we can see this is the URL. Simply copy that and paste it here. Now if you directly run this one, let's see what happened. If you run this npx playwright test, you can see one is test cases is running, but you can see some error. It's showing what is the error. You can see here error page go to next, error maybe frame or detached, call.log, this one. So why it is showing some error? Because when you perform any action, so page it should be used async or await. So here you use async, then page, then here before the page you await, page dot go to. Then now what we do? Again we run this one. Let's see. Npx playwright dot test. You can see this is running. It takes some time to load this website. Let's see whether it is pass or fail. See, it is showing one test cases pass. Now what we do? We go to this one test cases. Here we can see step 1 is open the browser and launch the site. First test case is done. Then second test cases is maximize the browser. What we do here? Maximize the browser. For that we go to if you write here, then it is particular this test for these test cases or this page or this tab, the browser is maximum. But what we do? We want to maximize the uh, whole browser when we run, uh, then every time, and no need to maximize the browser. Once we maximize the browser, it's automatically when we run this test cases, then automatically maximize the browser. For that, what we do, inside the use, you can see inside the export default, there one use where it is trace mentioned. After the trace, we can write launch option, and in launch option we write args, and here what we do, uh, we write start maximized. We need to maximize the browser, start maximized. Again what we do, this is done. Then we go to the project where we write the name as Chrome. Here you can see another use. So here what we do, here we simply for now comment this devices. Here what we do, we write the viewport, this is null, and save this one. This is save this one. And, when we run this test cases, you see it is only showing the pass. And here to see the UI, we write the header. See, this is when we run this, and for a UI show the UI, then we write the header. For so what to do, if we write here head, this is actually by default the Playwright it is show in the headless mode. So if we make this headless to headed, then it is when we run this test cases, it automatically show in the show the UI by default. So what we do here, we write headless false. If we write headless false, then when we run this test, you can see when we run the test, it automatically show the UI. You can see it is running. You can see the Chrome open and it is maximized automatically. So no need to write every time. Once we set the headless to false, so it is by default it is red mode and it is show the UI. This site takes some time to load. Yeah, now you can see later on the report. So report, you can see this is my test cases one. You can see this is navigate to this web link, and you can see that result is pass. So for today this much. For tomorrow onward we can see next test cases from step 3 onward. That's all. Thank you.